of being able to succeed with it in both the mid lane as well as a safe lane carry, and to give him that versatility to be able to go for this last Clinkz pick. So, and they've got, I would say, some pretty interesting heroes around it. I mean, there's actually so much spacing that they can play for this Clinkz. They've got Venge, Earthshaker, Timbersaw up in front, and then Kunkka, who's both a frontliner and sort of a controller of positioning. So
you got a bit of everything, right? You got the minus armor from the Venge Wave of Terror. You got some stuns to mix in. Here we go, a little bit of a first blood initiation.
Yeah, they're going to run right into Ace, but unfortunately nobody could get off their stuns quite fast enough, so he managed to back out into the tower real quickly.
Yeah, nice try. Radiant put a good ward there on the cliff early and broke some smokes, so they got the Observer ward behind them. So everyone's going to be safe for now.
So we talked about OG's lineup. What about Team Tickles? Where do you see their strength really lying in?
I mean, their strength is that, first of all, they have Ursa, so Roshan is always available to them. And I think Weaver is just busted in the current patch. I think he's a super strong hero. So I think those two heroes are quite key for them here.
Definitely feels like lanes is like the big thing for Team Tickles, right? Whenever I see Weaver, it's like, okay, most likely you're either going to go even or win your off lane. Beastmaster, we'll see how they do against Clinkz. I think Clinkz is a really nice pickup against this. But then you've got a safe lane Ursa against Timbersaw. And then you've got a Quap, who is sort of like the best lane-winning hero right now. In fact, we had an interview earlier in the week with Roya after their win against Arkosh. And he said the only hero that he actually feels confident in being able to potentially win the lane against Quap right now is Puck. He said Kunkka, like, which is the other hero he played in that series, it's a losing matchup, but, you know, because it was Arkosh, he was like, it'll be fine.
It's, yeah, you have this change where the Shadow Strike healing you made some lanes a lot more sustainable for Queen. Like, Queen against Kunkka usually took too much damage from Tidebringer, but ever since she got that healing, Shadow Strike does a lot. Weaver getting some damage done here.
See Tofu. He tried to get in front of Misha and block him out of that tree area, but couldn't come out of the Shikuchi quite fast enough. Either way, it does a lot of damage, forces out some early regeneration. Boom already doing nicely in CS, 7-1.
Yeah, he went clean 4-0 on the first creep wave. Very good control on the mid lane. Doing good there. Kunkka trying to hold advantage here when he has double range creep, but Queen wants the CS.
Ooh, misses it with the screen. That always feels the worst. When you use mana in order to try and secure CS and you still miss it, even worse when it gets denied, that feels real bad.
Yeah, it can be a bit painful. I like the pull they got off on top lane, Radiant. They managed to pull into the big camp, get some creeps denied here. So trying to take away any gold you can from this Clinkz.
And he secures the last hit on the big creep. Good work there by Tofu. Similar lane shenanigans going in the bottom lane because Amar obviously is not going to be super happy with the Ursa matchup. So Taiga, I believe he did some lane blocking shenanigans. Now he's doing some pulling shenanigans. Just kind of what Earthshaker does as a 4.
Yeah, the matchup is not super great for Timber, but it's not that bad either. Once you get 2 points in Timber Chain, I'm expecting him to take actually 1 more point Timber Chain early here. Yeah. You have enough mobility that Ursa can't really go on you. He did go for the reactive armor, so just wants to heal up from the creeps. But yeah, the Timber matchup is... Obviously, you can't man-fight Ursa, but Ursa can't really kill you without great lockdown, though.
It's a lot better than it used to be, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot more Timbersaws actually win the lane against Ursa
it's winnable.
when we did, like, a year or two ago, where it was just like, oh, this matchup's unwinnable.
It's winnable, but this Ursa is getting really good farm, and as a result, he has boots already. Sent them out extremely early. So 18 CS leading the way, this Ursa.
And Earthshaker's one of the better pairings with Timbersaw, right? Even though it's a double melee lane, he's a hero that just gives you solo experience all the time. As you can see, he's kind of hanging out in the mid lane right now. Yeah,
controlling runes and roaming around a little bit, looking for opportunities to fissure someone.
So creep wave pushes back in, though. The Earthshaker needs to return and see if he can figure out a way to keep the Timbersaw in this lane.
Yeah, so far laning stage is quite chill. Top, we have a little bit of an attempt on Weaver here. He might go down.
Yeah, looks like those last hits. Yuragi is actually going to be the one to pick up the first blood.
Oh, that is definitely what you want to have happen if you're OG.
Yeah.
Getting down Clinks is big value. And that is his entire Falcon Blade sent out with that kill.
Very nice. Especially the faster we get that experience up on the Clinks, right? The faster you can counter the Beastmaster. You can already kind of deal with the Boars, but being able to get that level 6 is the big value of this pick, right?
You should be seeing Venge just leaving a lot of solo experience and getting level 6 early for Clinks. And then he has all the sustain he needs with HP and mana from Falcon Blade as well.
Boom. 22-4 compared to the 21-6, so pretty even. Kunkka doing all right for himself.
Yeah, it's definitely not going bad for Kunkka, but this is also where we see like Queen could previously get quite bullied in this matchup, but she's holding her own quite well.
Yeah.
And he's been lasting really well. Credit to him to, you know, his lane control and his last hits have been quite on point.
Yeah, it's funny how like Quapu really wasn't seen that much before TI. Then all of the mid laners kind of got nerfed post-TI, and now we're left with this Queen of Pain who really does value this mid change that happened with the water runes and everything. You like the mobility that you have, you know, you're always able to get these boundary runes, water runes, constantly refilling your bottle, constantly throwing out Shadow Strikes, and as you said, the new Shadow Strike giving you some heal. It just feels like it's impossible to kick this hero out of lane.
Yeah, exactly. She also has a big rotation. Oh, there we go.
Very dead, Misha.
She has the rotation ability when she gets level 6 as well. That burst from the ulti, you can turn around a lane from losing to winning just by one rotation. If you get the double or maybe even 3 heroes down with a rotation.
Which priority are you putting when in lanes to gank? Like, do you want to shut down this Timbersaw some more, or do you want to help out
I'd hit that
lane?
Clinks before he gets level 6.
Yeah.
That's what I would be looking towards. Because this Clinks, he's level 4 right now, closing in on 5. But once he gets level 6, it's much more difficult to bring him down. And you have a window here of opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, if you manage to keep him away from level 6, then Ace, he'll pick up his level 6 soon, and then maybe you get 2 kills.
Yeah, that's the bigger thing as well. What are you going to get with the kill? Oh, nice
maybe we just kill mid. Tofu shows up to try and secure the 6-minute rune, as does Celery, actually. Both supports rotating in to try and secure that power rune.
Yeah, that was thick value as well. And the fact that he used TP, so he can't TP out now when he respawns. It's a really big thing that he TP'd and then died.
Yeah, Taiga's going to have to stay here in this mid lane and soak up the experience and
That's too much, buddy. Run.
Yeah. Tried to take away some of the hard camp stack there that was put together by Taiga, but isn't strong enough to do so.
You don't have a Battle Fury yet, buddy.
Ace is level 6. They might just go for the kill on Misha, and they will.
Yeah, just drop the ulti. If you get a chance for early kills with ultimates in general, just take them. Any kill will be worth it. And this is what they want. They want to put pressure on the tower and try and keep the catapult alive.
They actually went for the Beastmaster kill instead, the higher value target. I like that choice from BZM.
Yeah. Finally, Clinks brings down the siege creep though. 600 HP on the tower. I mean, this is Beast's one objective, right? He wants that tower gone and be done.
Yeah, meanwhile, because it's the Ursa versus Timbersaw matchup, as you said, the Timbersaw can't really, like, man-fight the Ursa a lot of times, so they haven't done any damage to this bottom tower. So it does mean we're going to have an early lead in map control for Team Tickles. Unless they can get this kill. Dyrachyo sensing danger.
Yeah, Misha just hanging around waiting patiently for the right time, and there it is.
Now. Very dead. Dyrachyo falls, and now Amar can start putting some slow pressure on that tower.
That was very clean how they forced out the Ursa ulti there. Just, you know, baiting it, playing aggressive, and all the time just hiding the Vengeful, and then finally coming out for the kill.
8-minute rune coming up. BZM, Taiga, both going to try and contest. Boom and Tofu, they do manage to get the X, so they might be able to kill Boom here as just keeping him in place for as long as possible. Last second blink, Boom. He just survives with a sliver of HP. Taiga falls without any recompense there from the other side. In fact, if anything, BZM may end up falling here. Sonic Wave goes down, but it doesn't quite reach far enough. They still get BZM ultimately, though, as they're going to be able to get him with the Glimpse. Misha chasing that kill is going to be able to get it on Celery, but he's definitely giving up his life for it. Diving in so incredibly deep. Team Tickles walking away with a very good exchange, while Ace finishes up that top tower.
Yeah,
all things Tickles right now.
Yeah, they're just winning all around basically, and that was also with the Queen ulti not connecting there. Still, she's very happy with how that fight went. The Glimpse bringing back the Kunkka, not gonna be able to get away. Yeah, I mean, he wanted 2 heroes, right? He wanted to farm the second style, and yeah, Klink's coming in, but couldn't do anything as well there. And we see again, very typical Klink's item build, just going for a Falcon Blade into early Maelstrom, by the way. It's gonna be build. Curious to see if he's gonna go for the Gleipnir. I'm a huge fan of this item. It actually works really well against Beastmaster as well, as you can lock down in AoE.
Yeah.
Can be good against the Dominator. But
when do you like to get it? Like, you don't go Maelstrom straight into Gleipnir, do you?
I'm actually quite a fan of it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would like to upgrade his boots, not have brown boots anymore, getting power treads. But even then, just getting straight Gleipnir. It's a bit mana intense, but you can sustain it with your Falcon Blade and just some clarity.
And I guess that there's no need, like, BKB doesn't have a ton of value this game against, like, Beastmaster and such, so...
It has a bit to do with just adding more lockdown, right? The more lockdown you have, the more value every bit of lockdown can become, because chain stuns are so effortless. So I actually would enjoy it here. Not sure he's gonna go for it, though.
10 minute. They're going to be able to catch a double damage into the bottle of BCM easily one-shots, but they don't know, sadly. The Wave of Terror didn't stretch quite far enough to be able to spy that Dyrachyo was doing Roshan.
He was a worthy sacrifice, Celery.
Yes,
it's like, yeah, just don't lead him into Roche Pit, and it's fine. Yeah, Ursa gonna be pretty happy with that. That's a very nice and early timing. So he's working towards his diffusal. Still got a ways to go. 1,500 gold to go, and then he's complete.
What I kind of like talking about always with these Roshan early Roche taking teams, mostly Ursa, is nowadays it's even more value because it just speeds up the second Roshan. Right.
And that could allow the early shard. They could actually get shard before you can buy it in this game.
Yeah, exactly. So, and if you have a really good shard hero, that makes it even more the value. I mean, both the Ursa and the Queen of Pain, super good shards.
Yeah, fastest possible spawn for Roche in this game is like 18-10. So could happen. And yeah, I definitely agree. Their shards are strong. I even like Disruptor Shard. I think it's a sleeper shard. People don't understand how good it is.
Yes.
The AoE is huge, and you buff up the speed on a hero like Ursa, he can run in and just do more damage.
I think it's because most of the time, well, most of the time Disruptor's a 5. He wants Aghanim Scepter. He doesn't have like a ton of extra gold, but also like the level 20 talent, right?
Yeah.
You get the extra Thunder Strikes, and all of a sudden that shard becomes like insanely good because it lasts so long.
Right. Yeah. If you go for it, you can get the damage talent and the extra strikes, but just the speed that you put on someone. But very much like you say, normally you don't want to buy it on Disruptor, so that's why getting it for free from Roche would be a big deal.
Hood of Defiance. I've seen a lot of the Eastern European players go for Kaya Sanj at this point, but he's going to go for Yules. Makes sense against an Ursa.
Yeah, it's just straight up. You see Ursa, buy Yules.
Yeah.
A lot of heroes who don't even normally go Yules will buy it. Top, Beastmaster. Getting locked down here, but the combo is not clean, to say the least.
No, not at all.
And the stomp.
No, he's going to get away from a 4-man gank.
Yeah. Wait, Weaver's like, no, guys. You're supposed to get a kill. Here, I'm your consolation prize.
Oh, Tofu.
Well, they get something, you know? I felt bad for them. Tofu felt bad for them. How did this fail? This feels like the most amount of stuns I've seen on a single target that still doesn't get it. All right, the X mark was not early enough. And then the beautiful stomp at the end there, just keeping the Vengeful away. I can't believe it.
They still had swap ready to go, so...
Ace, you should be counting your blessings after that gank.
Yeah, seriously. He actually went back for Vlad's instead of going straight rushing the Helm of the Overlord.
Yeah, it's part of it, though. It's part of it.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, you get both now. You get big value. Nah, it's the Quelling Blade only Helm of Overlord that we've seen so much. No boots, even. And still, you gotta go away from that gang without boots.
I feel like that's very much the meta of TI, where we had the 4 positions. the Monkey King, Weaver, and such. Like, part of their value was being able to not go boots, and they could get faster urns and such.
That's true. It's true. I mean, they're doubling down on it. They got Weaver, they got Beastmaster, both of them not going for boots in this game. I mean, Queen, you have Blink. Why did you buy boots? You can Blink
seriously.
around. It's fine.
There we go. 3 seconds faster. Well played.
Yeah.
Would have been slower if they actually OG managed to connect with that gank, but you know.
Exactly. He outplayed them.
He outplayed them by walking away with no boots. Nice pickup here on Yuragi, and they actually had a killing streak, so even better. A much more successful 4-man gank from the side of Team Tickles than OG.
And I like how they're moving towards that tier 1 mid tower. It's about getting more map control. Really trying to transition into something more. Ursa is just running in with Diffusal.
Yeah, seriously. He's managed to get his eyes onto Taiga. Needed one more swipe or tofu with the urn, but I'm not sure if that urn's actually going to take him out. It's going to be close, but that last hit, 8 health is all he had left. BZM, meanwhile, fortunately with a really smart X on himself, gets him out of that glimpse distance, but nice boat. Ooh, this is going to be lining up nicely. 2-man down. They do have the Aegis on the Ursa, but it looks like his team, they might just have to leave him for dead here as Dota2 is going to turn and fight. BZM, kite him out a little bit. They do manage to pull him back. The glimpse into that still spinning blade, but he's alive. Dota2, Yule Scepter. All right, then now they've got him. Surely he's going to fall. They finally do manage to bring down that Ursa, and Amar, with the Ursa down, there's nothing left to threaten him, so he's going to run even more heroes down. Celery's going to fall. Ace blocked off, nowhere to go to. Tries to go for Desperation TP, but he will not make it.
This is a classic case where you should just cut your losses. Like, that Ursa was deep. That 250 gold from the Helm of the Overlord going down, that's almost a hero kill. That's a big thing as well, losing your Helm of the Overlord. So they should probably just have cut their losses earlier. It was a nice valiant attempt with the Queen ulti, coming in and attempting to get some salvage. But I liked the play initially. Then they just needed to hold their horse a little bit.
Yeah.
But I like the aggression though. I mean, Team Tickles, they're not showing any fear in this match. They came here to play. They wanna take this series. You can see the will to make stuff happen.
It may be a little unfair. Well, I guess the game's pretty even. But going into the start of this series, did you have a favorite between these two teams?
I mean, I think Tickles are my favorite, I guess. But I actually think OG are more likely to win for me, just from what I've seen. But I have to be honest, I haven't been watching like all their series and all their games.
Sure.
Just overall, I feel like OG have been a little bit more structured and perhaps a little bit more constrained, maybe a wrong word, like more controlled, more disciplined.
Okay. So, like, by favorite with Team Tickles, do you mean, like, you think that eventually their ceiling is higher, or...?
It's just the team that I want to see succeed. I'm biased, man.
Okay,
Let me be biased.
Fair enough. Misha?
I think they're exciting to watch.
They are a fun team to watch, but that's for sure. Team Tickles, they do lose their Disruptor here for free. OG.
Yeah. It's always the most dangerous spot to D-ward. X-Mark coming in on Weaver.
Gonna pull back in. No problem with the chain stun.
Yeah, good timing there. I mean, that's how it should look. If you get the X-Mark first and you have all heroes around, then basically anything will die unless it gets bailed out by their teammates.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you live against that. So expecting to see some BKBs in this game. Perhaps Queen will buy one after the Kaya Sanj, which she's just about to complete. Yeah, already put her quick buy, BKB and a shard. Sounds solid. The shard is so nice, just killing creep waves very quickly with a blink.
Yeah. And if they have heroes that don't want to go BKBs for whatever reason, that silence becomes super value. It's great for killing supports.
Yeah, it's great against Timber. It can also disjoint the combo from Kunkka. If you get X-marked or someone else gets the X-marked, you can blink next to Kunkka and he can no longer combo properly.
Yeah, that's a great point.
The big play would be seeing Shaker jump your team and blinking in on him, silencing him. That would be a Chad play, just going on him.
That would be a Chad play.
And then you just get stunned by by something random torrent, and then you die.
Yeah.
He'll make it happen, I believe.
Albert almost done for BZM. We are still waiting for that. I'm sure well, actually, it did get revealed. The Blink Dagger on Taiga, he showed it at least earlier on the Helm of the Overlord creep that they killed, but we have yet to see that Blink Echo Slam put into play for team fights, as it seems like both teams are kind of content with splitting the map.
I like OG's itemization this game because they have both the Halberd now on Kunkka and the Yules on Timber. So they're really itemizing to control Diracho on his Ursa. So it's going to be a difficult game for him. But if he gets BKB and then perhaps a Blink Dagger along with it, so he can go on the enemy quickly and burst, then those items are not really a problem.
Right.
Looks like he wants a BKB and a Basher, also really solid. I mean, Basher on Ursa is just chef's kiss, you know. So nice.
Next Roshan is up, so the potential Shard and the second Aegis is available for grabs, but because of this Blink Dagger on Taiga, Team Tickles got to be very wary of going for any sort of Roshan attempts in that pit.
It's always Weaver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Playing the front line, being the one to get caught out. Better him than his teammate. That's sneaky, dude. That's
it is very sneaky. They're going to try and stay inside there. Ace going to be spotted. Mars zipping in. They're going to glimpse, send him back while the Vengeful Spirit is going to be controlled for now. Still managed to get the swap back into Ace, but all of this is just a sacrifice to make sure they can get Roshan.
They have no idea.
It looks like OG, they don't know. If Diracho finishes up,
they're winning the fight, though.
Yeah, and can they actually catch the Ursa on the way out? He hops out through the back door of the Roshan pit and will be able to sneak away into the night. It cost them 2 heroes, actually 3, I guess, with the Weaver dying at the very start.
I like how he says he has a special entrance and exit to Roche. Like, I'm just gonna sneak in here. This is like the employee's door.
Yeah, you know, like the Roshan's holding the door open for him, looking around, making sure nobody else gets in. Boom!
Oh, wow.
Caught in a nasty spot there. That is a big pickup for OG.
Yeah, that's huge. They are bleeding a lot of kills now. So Tickles, they need to make something happen with this Aegis, because right now everything is falling apart mid lane. They're looking for more.
Yeah, they just pick after pick, but finally,
Raid
boss of Team Tickles shows up and punishes OG for continuing to look for individual kills like that.
Yeah, they have to form up behind the Ursa and play around the Ursa a lot more now. They can't be too alone. If you play alone against heroes like Kunkka and Shaker, these are extreme pick-off heroes. Like, they will find you. It's very tough.
Do you believe? Do you believe, Waga? You see this on a mark?
The Daedalus?
The Daedalus Timber Saw. I was talking with SVG last night of like, what are some of the least synergistic item hero combos? And that has got to be up there. Right-click items on Timber Saw who literally can't right-click.
I mean, we can talk more about it after this fight.
Taiga's definitely dead. Is OG just going to let him be? No, they're actually going to try and fight this for Taiga. Taiga's already dead. They got the pick off on the support, yes, but this Ursa's right in the middle of everybody right now. With an Aegis, they can't really fight into him, especially with that BKB. Diracho trying to slow people down as much as possible, but unfortunately, he is getting kited a little bit.
Yeah, the haste rune on Kunkka, he just ran away. That's so sad as Ursa. You're like, oh, I can kill this. Haste rune, he's out of here. Yeah, that was a lot committed for Team Tickles in particular. And, I mean, in the end, the trade is very even, right? So you get a Weaver, you get a Shaker.
Yeah.
But it feels like they committed more. They used BKB on Ursa. And now?
Yeah, without that BKB, they can just kind of burst him without any heavy commitment. Let's see if they go for him on the second life or if Team Tickles is going to dissuade them. Diracho is actually going to go in for this one. Have already popped the Enrage. He's dealt with the Heaven's Halberd pretty quickly. It's gone, but he's not actually chasing as the rest of his team who follows up on the kills. The Sonic Wave gets the Misha kill and brings a few other members of OG low.
Yeah, I think OG are doing a good choice backing up and resetting here. Like, you got the Aegis triggered. Don't try and do everything at once here. Don't overcommit into this fight. But yeah, this item was changed, by the way. He's no longer going Daedalus. His Shivas now. He, yeah, not committing to it. Definitely would be interesting to see a 4th item, Daedalus Timbersaw. I must say, that would be a first for me.
I think that would be a more taunting victory than dropping the mantles, honestly. If you just click on the Timbersaw and you see it as a Daedalus and you lost to that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
you're not okay. You're not okay for the rest of the series.
No, for sure not. Going for that mental damage after the first game. reviewing how he lost. Like, yeah, it was the dateless on the Timber. You say what now? That has to be triggering if you do something like that. I mean, he's done strange builds before. He does the Manta style every so often on Timber, which I think is hot garbage, but I think he buys it in games where you could probably get away with it, is what I feel. I think he wants to win in a flashy way. That's my only understanding of it.
Celery. The whole crew of OG just runs up on him into the triangle.
Oh, okay. Never mind. They found him.
Sneaks away, but they still spot him. Last bit of Shukuchi. Okay, feels like he has the time lapse. He goes the other direction here. Spots the bounty rune. Doesn't actually want to go for it. Doesn't want to get greedy, but he's going to be caught by the Yule Scepter, and now he's going to be chain stunned to death.
In the end. But meanwhile, the Queen is pushing top. The Ursa is, stealing some Ancients from the enemy jungle. So all that is just, smoke and mirrors by the Weaver. Trying to keep the enemy busy.
This man is beyond godlike. But the game is even.
Yeah.
Amar is 11-0-3, but the net worth is actually slightly favoring Team Tickles right now. This is
Tickles are playing very elusive Dota right now, and they have good heroes to do so. Weaver creates a ton of space, even if he does get brought down a lot in this game. He died 8 times, but it was never a quick kill, it feels like, apart from that one time he walked in and kind of gave it to them. But and this Ursa is close now to his Basher. Once he gets his Basher online, you can't just ignore him as easily.
Yeah, they won't be able to just walk away from him like they did that last team fight with the Haste Rune. Cut, crit, cut. Gatalist is only picked up once on Timbersaw ever by Misery on Team Secret, who lost the game about 20 minutes later. I don't remember this game.
I must have missed that one, or I have, somehow cleaned it out of my memory. Did a memory reset after that one?
I remember the off-lane Misery. He was very good on Slardar. I remember that iteration of Team Secret.
True.
WCA 2015 Grand Finals, Wings versus Secret.
All right. Okay. I mean, if you lose to Wings.
Yeah, true. Glimpse back. Gonna go for Amar here. A big kill. Remember, Beyond Godlike Spree available for the taking, but he self-fuels and does manage to get the Timber Chain away. Duraccio just trying to stick onto Yuragi instead. The Clinks does manage to get some distance back. It's BCM who's now in the midst of things. Taiga jumps in with his Echo Slam, hits onto one, does manage to finish off Duraccio with the BKB down. Celery and Ace both trying to slip away into the night. Ace might be able to make it out, but no! The Whirling Death cuts him down last second. Jumping in is Boom, trying to finish off the Clinks that they were originally searching for.
Yeah.
Finishes off Duraccio's kill, but bad fight.
That's a good kill in the end, actually, by Queen committing there. You might as well go for it. Clinks is the majority of their pushing power. Since they don't have Daedalus on Timbersaw, if you take down the Clinks, a lot of the damage to the buildings here is gone. No, that fight, they tried to burst Timbersaw. If it works, it's great, but the Venge was there with the swap, and then there's the rum buff from Kunkka. It's not easy to just take down Timbersaw as your first primary target here. I want to say that you probably have to kill the Venge and Shaker early, or you don't win the fights.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to agree with that. This Venge pick looks so good against Beastmaster Ursa, such like single target focus. We'll watch this one again. He spotted BCM, okay. Not going to go for him. They get the glimpse onto the Timbersaw, but here's the Sawa.
Yeah, see, they committed the Disruptor ulti there as well, and yeah, they bring down the Venge in it, but she happily dies for her course.
Yeah, and on top of that, we saw the Ursa running after the Clinks, didn't manage to get enough bashes to control the Clinks, so he just used his superior movement speed to get out of there, and then from there, the team fight was very, very done. Swap back. They do throw out the Static Storm. That's very awkward for Celery. Standing in his own ultimate. They will get the kill on Misha, and Celery won't die. At least not yet. Yuragi's going to pop out. One-shots him. OG ready to go back in with the X on Duraccio. He's got a BKB, and he still has his Enrage. Shrugs off some of the damage from Yuragi pretty easily.
And both team buybacks, so they want to contest. This is a very important fight. The posturing for Roche.
Yeah, Roshan is actually going to spawn in 10 seconds time, so it's a very fast Roshan.
Yeah, he wants to fight as well. I want to see it.
He's going to join in on the brawl. Total free-for-all, 15-26. OG is up by 5K. That could all be wiped away with a bad team fight here. Ace standing in the front lines. Boom's going to chase after though, but look in the back lines. Taiga and Amar immediately jumped onto the intercept. Dyrachyo with the sliver of HP did manage to get out the BKB Enrage. He's got to get out of here though, and Amar's going to chase after him. The Yule Scepter's going to throw him up in the air, and as he comes down, it's straight into the grave for him. Team Tickles, another team fight loss, and potentially a Roshan for OG.
Fantastic jump by Taiga there. He bursted down the Ursa to like 5% HP. I mean, you've done your job. He died. Taiga went down after his valiant jump there, but your job's done. Like, Timber is gonna chase down that Ursa, no problem.
Yeah. And now, sure enough, Roshan.
Yeah, this Aegis as well. Probably gonna put it on Kunkka, it seems like. Klinks might want it. Both of them are swapping back their items. Yeah, I think in the end they're gonna give cheese to Kunkka and
Ags for Timbersaw. Ooh, that's I mean, the man is top net worth, you know, it's
yeah, he is huge. He is absolutely monstrous, this Timbersaw.
Because of that Aghanim Scepter, he now has 24,000 net worth.
I mean, he was already the top dog, and now even more so.
Yeah.
And he has enough mana to sustain using this Aghanims quite a bit. Due to the Shivas, the mana boots, the Kaya and Sanj, this is a fearsome amount of damage he can put out now.
Yeah, if they can get him the Flamethrower alongside the Cloak of Flames, just existing in team fights with this double Chakram and everything.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they make, like, they actually have to deal with this Timbersaw damage-wise.
Yeah, you need some form of lockdown. You have to commit something to try and stop him. There's the thing where he doesn't have BKB, so if you get Disruptor's ulti on him, and then try and kill the heroes that I suggested, the lockdown heroes on OG.
Shaker and Klinks, right?
Yeah, Shaker, Klinks, Venge. I think these heroes will have to die. If you can burst Kunkka, it's fantastic, but he's also a pretty tough target.
Yeah.
All because of that Venge. Venge is really problematic.
We do have the Scotty about to be picked up for the Klinks as they get this tier 2, maybe farm another round of Ancients and stuff, and Yuragi will be on point for that one. Team Tickles playing the other side of the map right now, just trying to get what they can out of the map. Is there another set of items that can, because it feels like they're losing out on team fights right now. Is there the next set of items that will help them do this, or is it just purely execution?
Right now, I think there's one item that you look towards, but it's not close. And it's the Aghanims for Disruptor, I think, could be really big, but he has a long way until he gets that, so.
Yeah, certainly. C shows his face. Is going to be caught by the double Chakra.
That's not going to speed up the Aghanims. That will delay it even further.
Yeah, it certainly will. They're trying to find some sort of entrance into the back line. They do manage to kill the Vengeful Spirit this time around, but Dyrachyo's stuck. He's caught by the creeps. He can't get out. The rest of the team has to come try and bail him out for a bit, and he does manage to get the TP away, but that was Primal Roar used. BKB and Enrage. OG are like, yeah, you got our fight position, but you don't really have a whole lot left. We dare you to take another team fight.
Yeah, it's really tough as well. They have Blink Dagger now on Beastmaster, you know that. But since they committed the Roar, yeah, Weaver is just gonna go down here, trying to be disruptive. He was trying to go for the creep wave, I think.
Because the Sentry laid down won't have the opportunity to grab that creep wave. It's gonna be a full lane of barracks taken as OG back away with very little losses. Still have the Aegis and Cheese to work with, so they could easily go for a second high ground push sometime soon.
They will. Yeah, they will get the most out of this Aegis for sure. Another big item that's coming up though for Team Tickles is this Shivas that Queen is about to finish.
Okay.
She's gonna walk over and get it now. Against Timbersaw, fantastic item for sure. I don't know if it's enough though. This is really not an easy hold they have ahead of them.
Might allow the Queen of Pain to be able to challenge
Again,
the Klinks a little bit more.
Primal Roar,
Static Storm, and they still have the swap ready to go. Amar's going to be able to get out pretty easily. Sonic Wave was not too bad, but they have to kind of reset here with Dyrachyo being so low, both their BKBs being used up. They're actually going to be able to catch Celery again here, pull him back with the X.
What a frustrating lineup to go into. How do you initiate on OG's draft? It's very tough at this point, especially with the Aegis and Cheese now. They're gonna do some X-Mark TPs to base, get items, get bottles, refill. Oh?
Might just be able to get that Aegis away from him, but the Yule's Torrent, it's slowing things down. They're going to turn around and fight. Second life of the Klinks. Boom sees an opportunity, does manage to get the kill onto the Vengeful Spirit, but he used his BKB earlier. Yule's Scepter holding him in a little bit longer, letting Yuragi set up. And now the Quap is dead for 95 seconds as OG continue their siege on the high ground.
Yeah, the lockdown is just so strong from OG. They have so many disables. Once the BKB is down on Queen and Ursa, they're just not allowed to play Dota anymore.
They keep on finding these small openings into the back lines, which is what they desperately need, but Taiga with the Ghost Scepter is staying alive here, and Jirachi is now in no man's land, forced to turn around and fight up against a stronger force. He hopes to be able to hop back inside of the base, but he won't be able to make it. The Static Storm is nice, but they don't have the damage behind it anymore as Ace. There's only so much he can do, as that is going to be it. GG call. Team Tickles will fall to just this oppressive force from OG, and that man right there, the first face you saw, Amar. Incredible performance on this Timbersaw wall.
Yeah,